Okay, we finna get right into the ingredients. Look, right here, we just got shrimp. It's already been peeled and deveined. These are jumbo size, as you can see, a nice size. Over here, we got boneless, skinless, chicken thighs. I'm gonna go ahead and trim those down, but I just got them in there. They've already been rinsed. That's why you see the paper towel. I'm just letting all the water drain off of them. Hey, I know this is not part of gumbo, but you know what? You gotta have your sweet tea. And of course, you know what? Most people put crab in there. I saw these crab claws. This is what I'm going with today. I love these. The claws are like super sweet. We got 2 cups of chicken broth. And listen, when you say gumbo, you know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I've been on that Cajun and that Creole kick, so you know we gotta have andouille sausage. We got celery. A whole bell pepper, just cut, roughly cut. The more and more, the longer it cooks, the smaller it gets, so I start off rough. 5 cloves of garlic. This right here, you guys should be able to guess right now what that is. That's that Creole Kick by Sweet Smoky Joe's. Hey, listen, that's 2 tablespoons. Here it is right here, so you guys can see. I'll put the information down in the description box below. If you guys have not gotten this right here, man, you gotta try it. And let me just say this. Listen, if you use the discount code AB10, listen, I'm not getting nothing from it. That goes to show you how much I like this product right here. Hey, you guys do yourself a favor and get it. That's AB10. Here, obviously, that's an onion, roughly chopped. And you know what? You do not have to have fresh thyme, but I just like fresh thyme. I just get like a little small pinch full. It's about like 6 or 7 sprigs right there. Right here, this is the fire roasted diced tomatoes. This right here, I like Hunt's. I like this brand right here. And what you're not looking at right now, you're gonna put a 1/2 cup of oil and we're gonna make our roux. And then we're gonna have some flour. So I'm getting ready to take you guys over there to the stove. We finna get on that cast iron skillet. You guys saw last week how I made the gravy. We finna do the same thing. We get ready to put it in the crock pot. Super easy. We're gonna cook it on high for 4 hours and then we finna grub. Okay, look, keeping it super simple. Listen, I like to lay my ingredients out as I'm gonna use them. So we're making a roux. We're using the cast iron skillet. This is already starting to get warm. Look, we're gonna add oil. That's a 1/2 cup. And then we got a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna put that in here. We're gonna whisk it around. Here we go. Now, I'm gonna move this over here so you guys can see. We are using a cast iron. So look. I always talk about not using metal on metal, but that goes for like non-stick pans. Then once we get the roux a certain color, we're gonna come back. We're gonna put our onions, our bell peppers, and our celery in, and we're gonna cook them down for a couple of minutes. After that, look, you're gonna start seeing this come together. So now let's just go ahead and get our roux together. Now once you get your skillet, hot under medium-high heat, go ahead and just add your 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And listen, it doesn't take long for a cast iron skillet to get that grease, your oil up to temperature. And then what you want to do is start adding slowly. Look, that's the key. Just a little bit at a time, adding your all-purpose flour, to your vegetable oil. And this right here, we on our way to making the roux. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to the color. The color is key. You can see what color it is right now. You can see it's gonna start becoming tan. But what we're looking for, we're looking to get it somewhere like, we want it to almost have like a chocolatey color to it. So, and pay attention. Notice I don't stop whisking. I just keep going. And under the heat, you might have to make some adjustments because the key here is you don't want to burn it and you don't want to cook it too fast. I've seen people, they normally, burn it because they don't adjust the heat. So just keep, and you know what, this is a nice size pan. So some of it, in the center, it concentrates the heat. This is an electric stove. I do not, well, let me just say this. I was going to say I don't like them. I'm just not a fan of them. And I'm noticing those who live in, in the area where they have gas stoves, they don't like electric. And if if you like electric, you don't like gas. And then look right there. You see the color change? I just kept whisking, didn't change nothing. Once you reach the desired color that you're looking for, to me, that's a roux right there. And then go ahead and add your veggies now. That's your celery. Then we're going to put our onions, and then we're going to come with our bell peppers. You know what? And then I cook those down. I really don't want to say I cook them down because I don't want to mislead nobody. I just cook them for about 2 or 3 minutes. Let them just mix, with our roux mixture, and just keep moving them back and forth, and let them maybe sit for just like 1 minute. After that, I take all of this right here and I go ahead and and put it in the crock pot. Now, if you look at my crock pot, you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I went ahead and just sprayed it, took a napkin and just wiped it around, just to help with the cleanup. And I don't want to leave no marks or no scarring in my porcelain. So after you go ahead and put all of your veggie and your roux mix in, go ahead and add your chicken stock. You then come back with your Creole or Cajun seasoning. You guys know I'm using Creole Kick. And then, what I can tell you is right here is where it becomes gumbo. You guys already did the most difficult part of this whole gumbo. Now we're going to put all of our ingredients in here, minus the shrimp and the crab. Actually, I'm getting ready to put the shrimp and the crab back into the refrigerator, as it cooks. We're going to add that at the end of the cook. But right now, I just put it in. I put it in layers, just make sure everything is mixed. And then right here, that's the frozen okra. You can see, look, it's hard to get out. That's because as I was making the roux, I put this back in the freezer. So it kind of froze. It actually froze really fast. And then we want to add our 2 cans of fire roasted diced, garlic tomatoes. Go ahead and add those in there. And then, I just mix it up. Like I say, I'd like to just mix it in layers just so everything is evenly, distributed throughout. Now, once you finish, mixing this up, then it's time to add your chicken. What I didn't show is, in the chicken, I cut mine in the quarters. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I just put that in there like that. I like a nice, when I eat gumbo and it has chicken in it, I want to taste the chicken. I don't want no chicken, no popcorn chicken kernels. I want real chicken. And this roux right here is so flavorful. It penetrates the chicken and it just turns out, outstanding. Now, then look, everything else is just super easy. Added the thyme, put it on the top, and then after that, we just want to set it. We're going to cook it on high for 4 hours, and then we're going to come back. Now, once it's done, that's what it looks like. I removed the thyme now. Sometimes I set it off to the side, put it back in there, but right now, just take it off. And then after that, listen, now's the time we're going to add that seafood. We just did 4 hours on high. I just mix it up, see where we at right there. Hey, it's looking good. Hey, the chicken might not look the way you think it should look, but I promise you, it's cooked thoroughly and it absorbed all of that gumbo flavor. Now we just want to go ahead and add our shrimp, and then we're going to put our crab. In our case, we're going to put crab claws. Real easy. Nice jumbo size shrimp, already peeled and deveined, and just add them in there. What I do is I just mix it around and I push them down because you want it all to be covered. Because for this next 30 minutes, it's going to cook. It doesn't take long, but we just going to cook them for 30 minutes. I promise you, that might seem a little long, but in this gumbo, roux, it turns out just perfectly. And now we just going to add the claws, as you see. Just put them in there, and then we're going to reset the timer. I turn it back on. I've done it all kind of ways. Sometimes I just let it sit in there because it's still hot. But because it was taking so long and I'm filming, I was thinking it might have lost a little heat. So I went ahead and just put it on for another 30 minutes at high. That's it. And when I come back, you guys will just see what this gumbo looks like. Now after 30 minutes, go ahead and take a look at it. Hey, listen, when you open that, you can already smell it through your, the crock pot gonna have the aroma in your house already. But listen, when you open that up, oh my goodness, that right there is what I call a chicken and sausage and seafood gumbo. Ooh-wee. Now it's up to you. I like mine like this. This is the way I was raised on it. I've had other people's that might have been a little thicker, but I can tell you this, as it cools, it just thickens up, real nice. But I just stir it around. I want you guys just to see everything is nicely cooked. You can see by this, you can look at these claws right there. You see that redness? That lets you know that, hey, it's ready, it's right. And now it's time to go ahead and, as we say, we're going to call it plate, but obviously I'm using a bowl. And so I just put it in there. And then I'm going to show you guys, hey, listen, this right here is just hands down. You might not make it no other way but in the crock pot moving forward. Super easy. There you go. Gumbo.